don't think that that question is always going to be at the beginning of the interview,
No,
because
yes.
there's one force out there that asks it right at the very end.
Yes, there
Like,
is. Yeah.
yeah, you think, oh, it's almost the end now, and then they've asked me all the questions about tell me about a time when, how would you deal with this in the future, and then suddenly you think it's the end, and then they give you, one last question. Why do you want to be a police officer? And you're just not ready for it. It just throws you. We know one or two people who've been thrown by that. And the other thing is, even if they don't ask that question, if you don't know your why, I'll pick that up. I'll pick it up. So, and the why, everyone has got a unique why, so that your why should be unique to you. No one else has got your story. No one else has got your story.
Yeah.
And even if you ask that question, you can weave it into your answers. So if you're asked a question about a time when you've worked with other people to solve a challenging problem, you could talk about how one of the things that actually inspired me to join the police was this example I'm going to give you now. And so you can weave it in.
Mm.
And that tells me something about you as an authentic individual. And it'll take my unconscious bias, because there's one question overall that's not on the marking guide that I believe every interviewer who's a police officer is asking in their head, even at an unconscious level. And it's so simple. It goes like this. Can I see this individual on my team at 4 in the morning when it's all gone pear-shaped, when everything is all happening at once, where there's no resources available, and they've been on duty for 12 hours? Is this the sort of person I want to be working with? If the answer is no, they'll find a way to fail you. If the answer is yes, as Andrea said, they might just nudge that 3 to a 4. And if you're thinking, that sounds unfair, well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the world where police officers are all individual humans, and they've probably had about 2 hours of training, if that, if any hours at all, on how to do interviews. So welcome to the world. It's not always fair, but we can honestly and authentically influence our ability to score higher at the interview by just knowing your why. That makes sense, Andrea? Does that, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely it does. And you're absolutely right about weaving it into answers. So quite often I'll use it to help people weave into their forward-facing answers. When we do forward-facing, we talk about why they're asking that question in the first place. Why is that thing important? And quite often I'll say, if it's a standards question, use you. You need to be one of the whys. And therefore you can really feed all of that information in, and it lets them know who you are. If you're doing a really good story, it lets them know who you are, what experience you've had, where you've come from, what your background is. It just really helps to widen it out. And that works really well for younger candidates. If their why is really good and they're really demonstrating their experience, the voluntary work that they've done, the experiences that they've had at home, all of that sort of thing, then actually, that really makes a difference when people are looking at younger candidates going, well, what have they done? Well, then they're going to tell them. So now they know what you've done. So it really does help. Yes, definitely weave it into other things as